you guys have about Neighborhood Watch specifically?
Well, we just mainly, you know, what to do. Is our neighborhood flagged, if you will, because we have the sign on the pole? Does that mean, like, if we call in and we have...
Very good question. No.
Do we
Calls-
tell them, hey, we're part of a Neighborhood Watch?
No, because the way the
Program.
Sheriff's Department handles their calls for service, do you want to explain to him?
I'm sure
Well,
it's probably by priority,
Yeah.
for sure. It's,
Exactly.
somebody
That's
gets-
exactly how we handle our calls, and we don't give any preference to any neighborhood if they say they're Neighborhood Watch.
Okay.
Because that would be treating one person better than another.
But I think the
Understood.
education that you receive,
The Neighborhood Watch
Helps you
sign, the
call it
reason
in.
that we encourage you to have the Neighborhood Watch sign, as well as the little window stickers that we'll give you at your first meeting, are deterrents to the criminals. They're not flagged to the Sheriff's Department. What they do is they let anyone who may be coming into your neighborhood know that the people who live there have been trained to watch for suspicious activity and when to call the Sheriff's Department, and they will call the Sheriff's Department. Because most of the time, criminals are looking for the easiest neighborhood to attack. They're going to look for signs that people don't care. Sometimes the neighborhoods look very run down and it's obvious that no one cares. And they will go into a neighborhood where they feel like no one's going to call the Sheriff's Department on them if they act suspiciously. Those signs let them know that there are people there who are going to call the Sheriff's Department.
Well, that's the thing, I don't have a problem calling every day, all day long,
Mhm.
because we have this cul-de-sac outside of our house that faces Armagosa Creek.
Mm-hmm.
You can't even imagine what goes on in these cars
Yeah.
in that cul-de-sac, and I've called, when a car is lingering there for hours, I call, and I know you guys are busy, I totally understand that. A lot of times, by the time you guys get there, the cars are gone, so
Right.
there's not been a precedent set that, okay, this car got caught, this car got caught, and the word
That's,
of mouth
that's
is
one of
getting
the
out.
things where it comes back to our calls for service and how we prioritize.
Right.
We have to take our emergent calls first.
Right, no,
Emergent
I
call,
get
car
that.
accident, somebody's hurt,
Oh,
some
absolutely.
ambulance
Right.
going somewhere.
Right.
Then we have our priority calls where a crime is about to be committed
Mhm.
or possibly had just been committed
Mhm.
and, you know, we need to get there quick. And then after that's a routine call. Unfortunately, a suspicious person in a car, it doesn't bring it up to that priority status. It's still routine because no crime has been committed. It's just, you know, they're sitting in the car. If they're going around to other cars looking in, something like that where crimes of you think is about to occur, that's when it kind of bumps it up to a priority.
Okay.
But and unfortunately, those get put on the back burner, and
No, we
But one of the things that we're going to talk to you about at your first Neighborhood Watch meeting, as well as your other neighbors, is you don't have to wait hours to call. Okay, if the cars are generally there for a lengthy period of time and you are aware of that, that's why we need you, because you're the one who lives there, you're the one who actually knows what's going on. And if you know that that car is going to be there for a while, or it looks suspicious to you because you've seen this thing before, you can call earlier. You can also then activate your phone tree and have your neighbors call as well. Call in the suspicious activity. And that's what we want to talk to. How many houses do you have on your street? Are you in the cul-de-sac or you're across from
we're
the
just
cul-de-sac?
right across
We're at
from
the
it.
T.
It's
Okay,
a
you're-
very short
Oh, okay.
cul-de-sac. It's
So
not,
do you, would you be able to invite more people to the meeting than just the cul-de-sac?
Well, what it is,
'Cause the more people you have in-
Dunbar's on a T with Armagosa.
Yeah,
And
okay, I
then there's a
know.
little cul-de-sac over here that faces the creek.
Uh-huh,
There's a house here and a house here,
okay.
and they tend to pull in there and.
Do you know who
smoke,
lives in
drink.
those houses?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
and so if we could get those people involved
Mhm.
and talk to them about calling it in, you know, they probably don't have the sheriff's non-emergency number.
Mhm.
They probably don't know if they
The
should call.
sheriff's what?
Non-emergency
Non-
number,
oh, okay.
yeah.
Okay.
They probably don't know that they can call on something like that. A lot of people don't. They think it's, no, the sheriff's department's too busy,
yeah.
you know, and sometimes they are. But the more calls for service you have in an area, the more the problem becomes, the more the deputies will become aware that this is an ongoing problem.
Okay.
Okay, and if we can come out and talk to your neighbors and make everybody understand that it's gonna be a group effort thing, then that's the best way to
I
handle
think you
it.
hit the nail right on the head right there, that it just, a group effort that, you know, the more eyes that are on just that little cul-de-sac. And
Exactly.
we're not far from, you know, and I don't mean to pick on any of it, but we're not far from the high school.
Right,
And most of the time, it's just the younger folks, if you will, that just wanna go in there. But, you know, when they're in there and they're doing the things that they do and the trash that they leave and that kind of thing, it's
just
just,
because it's high school
you know.
kids doesn't mean it's okay.
you know,
Well,
no,
I
I-
did call one time at 8 o'clock in the morning and ended up being an older gentleman with a high school student. And they actually were there when the deputy showed up.
Okay.
And
That's
the
a
kid
big
went
deal.
back to school and the guy went the other way.
Mhm. Yeah.
I was just sitting at my window going, oh,
Yeah.
poor thing, you just got caught.
Exactly,
But
that's a
what
big
goes
deal.
on there
Mhm.
all the time.
So, yes,